My real name is Slakor's son. And as I grew older and started to head into my 30s, I realized that was a hell of a thing to be Slakor's son. So I was born August 12, 1920, youngest son of 7 children, to William and Wilhelmina Corey. He graduated from Brewer High School in 1939. Married Helen Kelly, and remember Helen's name because I have something coming up on that. Okay? They were married for 62 years before my mother passed on in 2002. He served for the U.S. Army from 1943 to 46 as a sergeant in the Engineer Combat Battalion in the European operation. He worked 27 years for the Baton Rouge Railroad, and Dad passed away on August 4th, 2005. He was one of the founding fathers and members of Brewer Little League that started in 1953. He coached for 37 years in Brewer Little League. He coached with Bob Beck. Well, coached 37 years and then coached a couple more with me after Dad was done. He received the Kenneth Stone Award in 1960 for outstanding Little League manager in Maine. The Corey Beck Heroic Field was dedicated in their honor on June 25th, 1991. He was inducted into the Maine Baseball Hall of Fame on July 20th, 2003. That was his best birthday ever had. We're sitting down, and this is important, and we're getting ready to, we're going to see Dog game that night. Dad suffered from dementia. And we're sitting at the breakfast table, and he's looking at me, and he gets his eyes, and you players can remember the glint in his eyes when he smiled when he got all lit up. And he just goes, "Pinch me, is this real? Is this really happening?" I mean, just to see the joy, it was like a little kid, and he was just so happy. And our family and the people that knew him were just so happy for him that he was going to get this honor. And like I said, that was the best birthday present I ever got, because I get to introduce him there and I'm going to introduce him here. He had myself, my sister Donna, his grandchildren, Adam Barney, Scott Barney, Kim Barney, Troy Corey, who's here, Henry Corey, who's here, and Jack Corey, who's here. And again, with my friend. So anyhow, Dad, before every Little League game, in fact, I don't need to read it anymore, except for that one little reading. Before every Little League game, he would have strawberries and milk and a banana. Now, I'm not saying he was superstitious, but that was the way it was. And he would wear certain clothes to coach. He and Bob always dressed the same, khaki pants, blue jacket, Little League on it, etc. And wear shorts or some of these other things. They look like coaches because they cared, and that's how they ran their ball games. I had hundreds of brothers. Not very many of them played with me, though. Would be sitting at the supper table, and a couple of kids would knock on the door. My mother would go, "Oh, Dana, there's some kids here to see you." And they would, "No, is Coach Corey here? Because we want to go out and throw." So they'd go out in the driveway, and Dad would work with them. It didn't make any difference how old they were, what team they were on. He would take the time, and he would go out and do what he could to help those players. And it didn't make any difference if he was going to be facing them the next day pitching. He just loved and enjoyed teaching the game of baseball. He caught me when I was pitching in high school with a low bat. And I was working on throwing a pitch side on, which would get a little tail to it. My father didn't swear. So I threw a pitch, and it hit him in the knee, broke down below the mitt, hit him in the knee, and he's rolling around on the ground. And I'm thinking what he's saying is something else that begins with a B and rhymes with which. So anyhow, I get up there and I'm saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" He's going, "Nice pitch, nice pitch." "Oh, that's a nice pitch." So We ended up throwing a few more pitches, but it ended up quite a bit. But he had a deal with me, and I believe that a young man or a young woman is only going to be as good as they want to be if they want to be different. And by being different, that means sometimes instead of going with friends or going to do something, you're going to take time to practice, to do what you want to do. And I don't care if it's homework or whatever. If you have something that you strongly want to do and want to do well, then you've got to be, Coach Arthur said, a good one. You're either interested in it or you're committed to it. So you've got to be committed to doing what you want to do to get where you want to go. Many people say, I want to do this. They don't say, I will do this. Our deal was, whenever I wanted to practice or work on something, he would find the time to do it, but it had to be me. He was the best coach. He was the best teammate. And by teammate, I mean, we went and we kicked footballs. 100 footballs. Down on the field, we take a number of footballs and we'll play pin each other, which you try to angle the ball and pin each other so you get down to the goal was to get within the 10-yard line. If you pin the guy in the 10-yard line with a punt, then you won. He would hold the PATs. I mean, he was basically Steve Tarter over for me. And Steve would work with us too, but he would go out and we would kick and we would kick and we would kick. But it wasn't because he wanted me to go up to kick. And that's the whole key, guys. It's got to be you. If you say you want to do something, then do it. Nobody's going to hold you back. Find somebody that'll help you. We hit. We hit, and we hit, and we hit. We would pay kids, we'd see kids walking down State Street. We'd go to Doyle, we'd start hitting. We'd see some kids, hey, want to earn a couple of dollars? Sure. So they'd chase the baseball, so I get to get more balls because we got them in faster than us chasing. But anyway, so let them hit. But we had one deal that I didn't get the ball from them. I knew which pitch I could hit up from them. That wouldn't have been good because it was still like 40 feet away. But he was this way with everything that he did. He was going to give his best. He was going to work his hardest. We were 27 years with Bang & Olufsen forever. Best thing that happened in 1968. I don't know if you guys remember it or not, but we had Bang & Olufsen bus lines, bus 531, driver Leslie Van Tassel, every away trip. Not that he was superstitious or anything like that. And by the way, we started out having that up in Maine. We'd have 531 when I was up in Maine, and we'd have Leslie Van Tassel for a bus driver. Okay? The only thing you didn't want, if any of you know West Jordan, Go West Van was going through Vermont on the hilly roads, and West is in the middle of the aisle deciding he's going to surf because the bus went this way and that way, and we thought we were going to lose him. But again, to introduce my father and my teammate. Would I say friend? I don't know, because there's always that gray line. We always kept that, I should say, that black line of father and son. And I think that worked pretty doggone well. But for all the people that you've seen and all the people that I look around here that I know had some contact with him, he was the best. And I'm happy that I, as I said, got to introduce Brian Beck for him for his induction here at the Brewer High School Hall of Fame, because orange and black was what he played. Thank you.